Good evening, folks, and welcome to those that are there. Welcome to those that are watching after the fact. If you're here at all, well, welcome. So, over the past weekend, I did go down to VCF Midwest. This was my first trip down there. I just went as a drifter, for lack of a better term. Loaded the car full of the cases from the first live stream I ever did. And yeah, I put those on the free pile because I was feeling charitable. They were gone in under 5 minutes. So thank you to those who ever picked them up, took them off my hands. The two POS systems that were on another video of mine, I dropped down there too. Those probably lasted about an hour. So thank you for taking those off my hands so I don't have to recycle them. I hope whoever has them enjoys them. And let's see who's in the old chat here. We got Jester Tech. Welcome. And you are there. You picked up 3 compact laptops. I don't know if I should thank you or kick your butt. I'm kidding. I'm not kicking your butt. My wallet thanks you. So, yeah. So, an untested LTE Lite 425 with broken hinges. What those aren't. The 433C, which in a pretty wrecked 286, which, yeah. So, yeah, 286s are usually broken, but we probably did meet. The POS systems, oh gosh, that's a good question. I think they were par POS systems, and they had an Agilisa sticker on them. They were 2 of them. And yes, Jester Tech, we might have met. I know it was such a whirlwind that if I don't remember you, I'm really sorry. So let's get into what Mr. 386, Jesse, Bob, whatever you want to call me, SOB. Nobody here in the retro community has called me that yet, but there's time. So let's get into it here. It's one of the few events that were actually hyped up. You know, you've got things that are hyped up like Duke Nukem Forever, and for their sports fans out, the 2011 Philadelphia Eagles, which we were named the Dream Team. Both very disappointing. That's what VCF Midwest was preached to be like. But unlike the 2011 Eagles, this one lived up to its hype. Let's get into it. And welcome IBM Museum. Just saw you popped in. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad that I hope you enjoy them. If you have any trouble with them, I will do my absolute best to answer your questions about them. You can technically put Windows 10 on them. The driver's a little bit fun to find for them. Linux does work on them, but I haven't got the touchscreen to work. And yes, I most certainly did have a blast there. I met many people. So here's the whole mess of stickers here. We got Tech Select. We got advertisement for VCF SoftCal, which I'm not going to go to, unfortunately. I'm going to keep my focus on the Midwest because I can drive down there with little to no pain. Even if I do a smooth brain move like driving a manual transmission vehicle into one of the biggest cities in America. Actually, Milwaukee was the worst of it. But Mac 84, Jamie's Hack Shack, and we got the Pico Gus, which I talked to that Kevin for quite a while as he has a project going on with PCMCIA cards. Yes, the LTE 5000, just hold up. I'm getting there. But yes, I know, they excite me too. And I was excited when I saw a price tag of $40 on it. And we got Ron's computer videos. We met Joe from JCM-1, Jamie's Hack Shack, 8-Bitties, Jeremy's Retro Bar. Talked to him for a while. Whole mess of things here. And if I forgot, then Eric, I printed something for him. And I don't know what your opinion is on the men that keep the beards, but keep them if you want them, because I was able to pick him out of the crowd and get him what he needed. So that majestic beard, man, it's awesome. Keep it. And some duplicates, yeah. So met Mac 84. He was nice enough to give me this mouse pad for an exchange for a bag that I printed up, which didn't get rid of many of them, but we'll keep them for next year, along with the coasters that I had. I printed up 100. I probably have 92 left. So that is the swag part of it. yes, let's get this. Oh yes, and the little ducky, he was cool. Eric's Edge, that was on his table. And yes, I had to buy some emergency floppies. Imagine that in the year of our Lord 2024, right? We got this. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that one unfortunately is not going to happen. I do have a prior commitment on the 21st. Otherwise, I would strongly consider it. But it is something that I may put in my calendar in the year of our Lord 2025. It's a little bit of a complication because I did start a new job this year, so time off is really hard to come by. But anywho, back to our subject here. We got this for basically $1. You can always use that stuff here in the world of 386SX. And we got in the back here everybody's favorite keyboard, the IBM Model M. I thought it was a standard AT connection on the end of the keyboard. It is not, but there are adapters that are available for it, so I can adapt this thing to a modern computer and annoy my coworkers. Hooray! Now, let's get on to one of the two interesting systems. Here you go, Jester. So yes, this IBM Copycat Compact LTE 5150 has a story behind it. It does not post, although I saw this on there's a gentleman by the name of Kevin I talked to for a while, and I saw that on his table. It's like, ooh, is that for sale? No, I bought it. So I'm gonna do. I want to relive some of my compact neighborhoods. Yeah. So he wanted to relive older times in his yesteryear, like most of us want to. And I asked if it worked. He didn't know, but I actually was prepared for something. For once in my life, I was actually prepared for something. I so happened to bring my LTE 5000 with me to VCF Midwest. I have no idea where that computer went. Yes, no, that's not important. But yes, I brought my one of my favorite LTE 5000s, the version with the active matrix display, and the VGA active matrix display. Oh, yes, is it a DIN plug? It is that one. I found an adapter for it already on eBay. So I'm going to guess it's the DIN connector. Okay, so yeah, UXW Bill. Yeah, I'd like to meet him for sure. I know I used to watch his stuff a lot before he stopped streaming or streaming actively, but anyway, I talked to this gentleman. He was selling some Commodore stuff, and he didn't know if this works. Like, I have my power cord. I have a working battery. Jonathan, that's a good question. The 5000 does not have the recovery partition on the hard drive. So that is, you can literally put a hard drive and go. The LTE, all the other LTEs, at least the Lite and the Elite, and most of the Conturas do have that. And there's a prize on this desk that's coming later. But yeah, so anyway, so we plugged this in. It didn't post. All the LED status lights, they just stayed lit up and nothing happened. It came with a battery, it has a floppy, it has a hard drive and a caddy. But the guy didn't really, and I was like, okay, we have a project on our hands. He's like, I don't really want a project. We'll see if the guy will take it back. So I stuck around probably 20 minutes because he was taking care of customers, which, no big deal. I didn't have anywhere else. Did anything better to do. So we took this thing back to the guy that he sold it to him. And it's like, hey, can you give me my money back? And then I chimed in and said, hey, I'll buy it for $20. We know it don't work, but I'll buy it for $20 if you refund this gentleman. And honorable guy, I wish I remembered his name. I think his name is Matthew. So thank you for being honorable. If you do see this, thank you very much for being honorable and giving me the project to work on. The Kevin gentleman that I ran into that had this, he said, if you spend more than 5 minutes working on it, I'm going to hunt you down. Northeast Wisconsin, my friend. you're going to have to start hunting me down. Because it's probably going to take more than 5 minutes to fix whatever ails this machine. So that concludes that part of the table. We have more goodies. Oh yeah, the 7000 series, yes, those do have that on the hard drive. That's a future thing that I'm going to offer well, unless I die or get ran over by a bus or some family event tragedy happens, I will be down there next year with the table. Alright, so... And hopefully neighbors with the Wisconsin Computer Club folks. So I can't get it all in frame, but a lot of this stuff was incredibly cheap. A couple of these things... And there's one big thing that I've spent most of my money on that's not on this table. But of course we got these. I always lose these. It's like Jonathan Herr, you're probably familiar with this, of trying to get that darn partition on those hard drives are a pain in the rear. I always lose these things. I rebuild them for people. I sell the cards with the partition on them, so you can never have too many of these. Basically got them for free. We got some SCSI cables that'll connect an external hard drive to a Mac PowerBook. Ooh, another thing from Joe's Computing Museum. And hold on here. Actually, let's see how much money I wasted on this, if any. Come on. Aha! It does fit. Awesome. Okay. Got two of those. I got an Apple branded one. Yeah, this is the PCM-CIA to CF adapters. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm kind of going all over the place here. But yes, in this house, there can never be too many of them. And they go for like 10, 15... let's see here. I did not find an external floppy drive for an Arrow, and although, if you're in the States, I may have one that you could, that I might be able to send you, but I gotta look. Can't promise that, though. But yeah, if you lost that floppy, I'd be mad too. And I thought I lost a power brick for my LT5000 when I was trying to test it for that guy. I was like, did I leave it in the room? Oh my god. We can't get these anymore. At least not easily. It's like, so I feel you. I did find the power cord though. Some RAM. I have no idea what capacity these are unless it says nope. $5 for a set of 2. That's going to go in an item that you probably already see. This was given to me. Oh, so you're down in Peoria. Okay. Yeah, my email address is, you know what? I'm an admin. I can put it in the chat, can I? Alright, hold on one second here. If I have one, I'll make a good deal on it. At the end of the day, I want people to enjoy this tech. That's the end goal here. So yes, this is in hopes of annoying my coworkers with the IBM Model M. We shall see. They were selling these DVDs. I think it's just basically a donation to VCF Midwest to keep that going. No big deal. Fun fact, this is only the second ever Blu-ray I've owned in my life. Does it have it does have a DVD in it too. Okay, cool. A couple power bricks, and for a PowerBook 100 series, and I think this one is for 5300 series. And Sean at Action Retro, if you do watch this, thank you for so graciously letting me have this. I was only kidding when I said I was going to grab that. I was just being playful, but just trying to give him a hard time here. So, but yeah, he was very kind. He let me say, okay, here you go. I don't need any more. You probably need it more than I do, which I only have. This is only my second one, so it was nice to have a backup. So thank you for Action Retro there, being so graciously let me have that. And then somehow I got this 40 meg flash disk, PCM-CIA. We got more compact goodies for an Armada 1500. There was another gentleman that was selling mostly Toshiba parts with some compact and Dell mixed into it. $1 a piece. We hope the battery's good. I doubt it, but one can dream. The CD-ROMs in these things are persnickety. For $1, I was willing to take that gamble. Some 5 1/4 discs. There's now 12 in this box because one's hanging up at work because they have a 3.5-inch floppy and an 8-inch floppy hanging up on their wall, so I thought I'd complete the cycle with the 5 1/4. $5 a box. Oh, you sold me the CD-ROM. Awesome. Well, I'll tell you if the battery's good. So, yeah, if you have any other 1500 parts, look me up. Well, welcome Everything is Broken Garage. We have a whole mess of stuff that I'm going through right now, just going very quickly through the pile. Oh, you just tested this too? Even better. Okay. That's awesome. I have a 1580 around here that's persnickety. That we have. For $50, I bought this Aruba 8-port switch. They need a power brick, but I'm sure I can find one in my mess of stuff here. I figured it'd be good for the bench. I literally put a 10-100 switch on the free pile and come home with a gig switch. 2 more hard drives. Well, 3, excluding this guy here. This is a 1.6 gig Maxtor hard drive, and I know somebody has been looking for this thing. I doubt it works, considering where I found it from, but for $1, we might be making a donation, or somebody's going to be very, very, very happy if this thing is working, because it's going to go to the East Coast. That's the hint I'm going to give on that one. This is a 210, excuse me, megabyte hard drive. That's going to go in the thing below here that you see. This was not on my bingo card, but I'm very happy that somebody had a set of these. 1.2 terabytes a piece, $40. They go for like 20 a pop on eBay. So I'm glad the prices went down on them regardless, but yeah, Broken Garage, yeah, this was like kid in the candy shop for me. Oh, before I get to this, a wish list item. Yeah, the fact it's a Maxtor, right, exactly. I don't know who had a bunch of Maxtor Diamondmax 8 drives, which I think were the worst thing Maxtor has ever built. He had a bunch of them working. It's like, okay, this is rarer than hen's teeth. Cherish them, right? Where did I put that bag? Or bags? The SAS drives are 1.2 terabytes. The Maxtor is 1.6 gigabytes. This is 210 megabytes. But yes, here is the Feast of Resistance where most of my money went to, that I actually spent. A whole mess of CF cards. I bought a guy out. And the good news is, this big bag will absolutely work for boot devices. It's almost all of them are under a gig, but I rebuild images for folks that have disadvantaged floppy drives in their compacts, and most of those cards will work great for that. I think this is the probably won't work as a boot volume pile. Turn around and sell them cheap on eBay if they don't. Here's a very small pile of absolutely will not interface with, cannot be used as boot devices pile, and then we have the probable pile. 50 cents a piece. Can't beat that. You can't beat that. Well, I suppose free would have been. But finally, it's not all in screen here. But you know, with this channel, it needs some work. I didn't realize how much work it. The first indication that something is missing. Whoop. Whoop, hold on. It's not on or plugged in, for the record. But yes, and it's also loose, which I did not realize till now, but that is an easily resolvable problem. Yes, we overspent, probably, on a compact ProLinea 466. I wanted another one of these, a 486 space compact for my collection here. I just really dig this form factor, and the 425S that I have is kind of hit or miss. That one was definitely stored in a basement or a barn. I don't know where this one came from, but it does power on, but it needs some work. I'm going to show you why exactly it needs work here. You're going to see something that's really off about this in about a second, if your eyes are good here. Going to point towards the battery. I don't know if you can see. Something is wrong here with this battery, with the way this is set up. And I got grilled for it on the electronics parts group. It's like, you should respect other people's work. I don't know if you can tell. This is hot glue on top of this. But it gets worse. Negative's not even attached. So, yeah. It wasn't doing its job anyway. So, we have some YouTube fodder that we can work with. So, this will be in a future stream. I already did use HP screws. That was cool. Hard drive flopping loose. Again, not a big deal. What did he... But he did, however... I think he got a 2 terabyte drive in here. Or is it a 3? This might be a 3. MPC. I have no idea what size this is, but I think it's a 3. And he got... And at least reads 2 terabytes, so that's cool. As far as I know, the floppy drive works, but yeah, this machine needs work, but it's packed with potential. He did say he put a lot of work and pride, and he was proud of the work he put into it, and I don't know what it was before he got to it, but I am still, regardless, I am happy with the purchase, so we gotta look at things in positive ways. So let's hook this up and let's see if we can get any specs out of it here, because And then I think that's going to be pretty much it for this quick impromptu live stream. I need to find a keyboard that'll fit this little guy. So yes, the story is this computer ended up in my arms and in the trunk of my car. Don't know how it got there, even though it was in my arms, you know. Yeah. So let's see here. Shoot. This one's not going to work with it. Do I have an extension? Yes, I do. Hold, please, while I get this VGA extension with only 14 pins connected so you actually see what we are doing. Okay. Big bad biologist bench. 1, welcome, and 2, we're sorry that you could not make it to VCF Midwest. I really hope you could get there next year, because unless I'm ran over by a bus or some tragic family event happens, I will be there. And I'm just getting things situated here. Let me turn this light off, because we do not need it anymore. There's still a glare, but whatever. Oh, please, why? Still fine-tuned. Yeah, life happens to us. You know, the one that really disappointed me was RetroTech Chris. Well, he didn't disappoint me, but I was disappointed that he couldn't come. I understand why he couldn't come. I'm not mad at him. I would have done the same thing in this situation. I just, again, same thing. I hope he's there next year. And I lost the remote to this television. That's special. All right, just hold. Oh, there it is. I did not lose the remote. IBM. Oh, it could be. I don't know. Was the IBM PS2 standard with the 14-pin thing? This is the cable itself. Something special. I don't know what store, but Amazon, China, eBay. Yeah, Chris was actually, he was, oh, hold on 1 second. He was giving me a really hard time. I couldn't go down. I think it was like 2021 or something. I don't remember what year it was, but I couldn't go because it was something for work happened. And that was the end of that. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, well, I learned something new tonight. That's... Okay, yeah, that's to be expected because this drive has... Oh, shoot. Well, we are not going to be looking at specs unless I can find a hard drive in the next few seconds. Uh-oh. That has that utility on it. Okay, we are booting. Yeah, that's an option too. Drill out the holes is okay. There's really no wrong answer to it, per se. Okay, so we are loaded. I may have to take another computer out. Yeah, this the later versions of the ProLinea 486 series came with 4 megs on board. It can handle either up to 52 or 56 megs of RAM. It was some really oddball. But there's one thing I do want to see is if it'll let me do it. I think this is yeah, they shipped this thing with a 4 gig hard drive. Although I don't know what the non-DOS partition is, but this hard drive is not going to stay. And they put Windows for Workgroup 3.1 on here. And some idiot didn't attach a mouse, so he's got to go... Yeah, this is just a bare bones version of Windows 3.1. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I'm with Jonathan Herr on that one. I don't like drilling into computers if I don't have to. That's not my thing. That's not my preference. But it is your stuff, and if you can still use it, great. It's the ones that intentionally destroy the stuff are the ones that kind of just, yeah, okay, whatever. What are you doing? Yeah, actually for a 486, it is a fast boot. I will give it that much. And the 425S I have is a real hit or miss on that. But I'm gonna see if I can find a hard drive real quick and see with that diagnostic partition on here, see if we can find anything else cool about this machine. So I'm going to go put the old pause screen on here with my other secret love, the Corgi. Alright, I am back. Don't forget your hippopotamus, old folks. But I did find a hard drive, which I know it's blurry AF right now, but this hard drive came out of a ProLinear 575E. Which also happens to be my very first computer. Was also a 575E. But that's not the hard drive for my first computer, though. That one was a 630. Okay, why my light died for some reason, and I am not able to get it back. Oh, wait. Let's try that. Let's see here. Technical difficulties have struck again. Let's keep the cover off this time. So, fun fact, according to Compact's service manual, you can put an external CMOS battery on these. It's just not documented. Well, you can almost see that, but there is a secret jumper. Alright, its own. Alright, back to the 7. The jank is here. The jank is real. Hey, this one doesn't have it either. Fair enough, big bad biologist bench. Fair enough. Oh, okay, camera's being... There it is! Okay, this one does have that partition on it. Awesome. Let's hope it's compatible. Okay, yeah, let's see. On 9/10, 2024. And that's, well, we can ballpark this because this is going to die afterwards anyways. Thank you, IBM Museum, for sending me that link. Okay, so yes, this is indeed a 66 megahertz compact ProLinear. I'm not sure if this is a generation that it's smart enough to detect the CPU speed and adjust the model number accordingly. The Pentium series is smart enough to do that. Okay, that's useless. And yeah, this is a 1 gig hard drive that came off the shelf here. So yeah, not a whole lot of that's interesting here. And that does not tell me anything. Yes, we will save all that because we're fine like that. And it rebooted. I might bring this back down to the VCF Midwest next year, depending on what I can do with it. There might be a method to something here. Alright, so I wonder if this will do it. I'm trying to find some information out for myself here. 466. Cool. Current system speed high. Put that next to the weed dispensary box thing that was at the airport. Okay. I'm going to take a picture of that. Because the 433S that I had did not recognize hard drives over 512. Okay, that's not exciting. That's not exciting. Detects it as a quantum fireball. Okay, that's cool. This hard drive actually sounds really good after all these years. For being a quantum, it's kind of impressive. And there's your memory. Nothing exciting there. Thought it'd tell me a little bit more, but I guess maybe I'm going too fast with this. But all right, it's okay. That's just a lot of extra cool stuff. Okay, so let's exit inspect. Okay, since we have this thing out this far, and this thing can in fact use hard drives higher than 512. Yeah, that's IBM Museum. That's probably what it is. There's probably a later BIOS that actually enabled that LBA support. Even my 425S, it'll see that it's a 2 gig hard drive, but it's only going to recognize that first 512 megs. And guess, since we're this far, since we're annoying people, let's test this 1.6 gig hard drive. I think if I recall correctly with this, the 433S that was in our writing lab at the high school had the same limitation, but who knows, they probably never ran updates on them whatsoever because it's a poor school. Or cheap. Alright, 1.6 gig hard drive is now in the system. Okay, this one's... Yeah, I'm not a fan of the drive overlay stuff. I'll use it if I have to, but So at this point, we're testing a 1.2, or excuse me, 1.6 gig hard drive, a Max Tour, and we're testing the floppy drive. And we gotta do something about this screen. Oh, please, while this disorganized buffoon adjusts the camera. So, floppy drive, it's good. Let's see what F-Disk gives us, Sally. We'll turn that off. This hard drive actually got a little quieter once it turned on for a bit. That's interesting. Usually they get noisier as they do. And we are now booting off the floppy once again. Right. Yeah, we got to upgrade to Windows 95. And yes, and welcome, Sloopy. And disappointed you couldn't come to VCF Midwest, but we do understand that life happens. And we get to watch paint dry. But so far, so good. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. Yeah, we get life happens. You're not the only one. This was a last minute thing for myself, too. Now, within under a month, I should say, and then not knowing any better, I prepared swag despite the fact that I did not have a table and no one really knows who I am. So I have about 92 coasters left and a lot of bags. Yeah, I spoke too soon on that Big Bad Biler's bench. So this thing is very, very unhappy. But I'm going to leave it as that. We don't have to watch paint dry. But I think that's going to pretty much... You know what? We can watch paint dry later. Let's test the Connor. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. We're glad that you still exist, Sloopy. And I don't mean to say it in that smart aleck fashion. Yeah. Okay, well, generally not mean to make it sound like a smart aleck comment there, but I'm really glad that you're still living. I don't know what your circumstances were, and we understand. All right, 210 meg drive, which actually sounds really good for a Connor. Yeah, sometimes for me that's true, and I get animated and get more done. I'm sorry to hear that, Sloopy. The heart attacks are no joke, man. Had a boss. He died because of a heart attack. The man was like the father I never had. Now, I did have a good father. I should let me rephrase that. He reminded me a lot of my father, and we were on the same wavelength. And we just really got each other. Other than the way he ran his business, sometimes was questionable, but he knew his stuff. He did his talking on the field, and I thank him for putting me in the direction I am today, as I probably would not be in IT otherwise. But regardless, yeah, heart attack. Get yourself taken care of. All right. Did I not restart you? Yeah, IBM Museum. You've had some stuff going on there too, and I'm glad they're figuring out what's going on with you at least. So knock on wood, I am doing pretty good health wise. Other than the occasional neurodivergent stuff piping up. but that's nothing compared to the heart. All right. Let's see what this drive does. This one should go a little bit faster, so we'll just hang out for a hot minute. But my next homework assignment, there's a couple of purposes behind picking up every single CF card that I can get my hands on. Where is that big pile? Including some 32 meg cards. Oh, you can't see the pile. Including 32 meg cards. I have a machine underneath me that I've gotten some requests for over the 2 years. Oh my goodness! Lookable! And I saw exactly 0 of them, so there either wasn't any of them there, or I'm blind as a bat. Both are very probable. This Compaq SLT-286, which was given to me in exchange for the Intellivision that I recapped. So thank you, Alex, if you are watching this, for the SLT. It's a very slow-going project, and I think we got it to the point where we're ready to start moving forward with this. Do I have a CF micro drive? I don't think that I do. I have a metric ton of these things, thanks to VCF Midwest. And it's going to take some ingenuity to get it in the LTE 286, and the SLT provided that they actually can do it. Oh, this one is good. We're 1 for 2 on hard drives. Awesome. Okay. This is the one I wanted more out of the bunch because it's era appropriate. All right. Let's see here. It's been a while since I worked this thing. Bear with me. Do I have? Yeah, I'll dev message you on Discord. Everybody knows who I am. I'm under I803866SX on Discord. And also on Facebook for any of you that are on there. Let's see. Oh, no, we are not friends yet. Let's fix that problem. I do have this thing. I don't know if you were... This is a 40 meg flash card. I think I have a PCMCIA hard drive somewhere that is bought for novelty purposes, but... Yeah, we'll talk on Discord and we'll see what we can do. But, oh, there you are. Cool. So, what did I think? Well, like I said, it lived up to the hype. And thank you for fixing that problem, Sloopy. Here in the retro community, we're all problem solvers, and that was one of the things that were driven home during those speeches, especially with the Matt Cologne speech, and when they had Ian Scott, Joe, there was a couple other guys. I apologize, I'm spacing on it, but yes, a lot of lessons learned. Don't bring swag if you don't have a table. If you do, do it at your own risk. For sure. Make a list. Always make a list. You'll forget things, or if you don't, and then you'll have a bad time. Take the whole damn day off from work. Don't try to work a bunch of hours before going down there. That was not pleasant. Probably drive a vehicle with an automatic transmission if you're going through Milwaukee. What else is there? Yes, I learned a lot, and we talked with a lot of people there, and the thing I really like about the community, I wish there was more of this in politics. Like, hey, you're a Mac guy. Oh, you're a Commodore guy. I'm a Compaq guy, but let's talk anyway. Some of those people I just carried on a conversation with for over a half hour, and I got to meet one of the makers of ProtoWeb, Oliver. It was nice I didn't know he was going until he said something the night before I got down there, and real nice to meet him. Then met a bunch of you that were Mac 84 There's the Joe's Computer Museum, Eric's Edge, and Macintosh Librarian, just to name a few. The Wisconsin Computer Club was our representation from Wisconsin. I don't think Great White Retro was there. I was hoping to see him just to have more Wisconsin representation, but oh well. Hopefully next year I can solve that problem. And I'm going to have every plan to have a table next to Wisconsin Computer Club. So I also will have the PTO to do that. That was part of the issue this year, was the PTO. Gotta use that stuff off wisely when you're in a probationary period. But it was a necessary move. So no idea when I'm going to do the next live stream or scripted video. Although I did get, oh my goodness. It is going to involve this computer here, this old DC 5000, which came from a client. There's a piece of interesting software I want to show off that I used to have to use a lot. Oh, Jonathan, you were from Wisconsin. Okay. Good. We have some Wisconsin representation. That's good. If you want to put where you were in Wisconsin, that's entirely up to you. If you don't, I completely understand. The Wisconsin Computer Club folks are, I know there was some from Madison, there was one from Milwaukee, I believe, a couple of them from Point and Wausau. I'm more closer to the Green Bay area. So yes, once I got out of that Milwaukee driving was nice, smooth sailing driving, set the cruise control to 75. But regardless, I think I blabbed on enough. Thank you very much for everybody that joined. Southeast Wisconsin, okay. Yeah, that's fair. So I drove through your stomping grounds to, or close to them anyway. Let's see, I took 43 down there until I think it turned to 41, but to give you an idea where I drove through. But yeah, so that's going to be it for now. Thank you very much for everybody that joined. We had a great chat. I hope to get to meet more of you in more depth next year, if not sooner. Like I said, I plan to have a table. Somebody needs to be a compact representative down there. Yes, hit that subscribe and like button. If you dislike it, hit that dislike button twice. And don't forget to smash that like button, but not literally. Broken monitors are not a responsibility of I803866SX. Yeah, this is a nice machine, Big Bad Biologist. It needs a little work, and it'll probably show up again when I do said work. So, thank you for watching. Have a good one.